just make a few like videos of me like reading this book until we get done, because there's 329 pages. So this book is this is where it ends. Everyone has a reason to fear the boy with the gun. Maybe a sensitive topic, but it's about a school shooting. I would tell you who the author is, but I don't know how the fuck to say his name. Mariki. Let's read the back. 10 a.m. The principal of Opportunity High School finishes her speech, welcoming the entire student body to a new semester and encouraging them to excel and achieve. 10:02 a.m. The students get up to leave the auditorium for their next class. 10:03 a.m. The auditorium doors will open. 10:05 a.m. Someone starts shooting. Told from 4 different perspectives over the span of 54 harrowing minutes, terror regains as one student's calculated revenge turns into the ultimate game of survival. I'm gonna sound so fucking sniffly because my eyes, not my eyes, my nose is so damn stuffed up. My allergies are actually gonna kill me one day. I didn't mean. Okay. Also, you see the setup. Setup is my bed again because I'm too lazy to sit up on my chair. Okay. I'm gonna put my fucking hair behind my ear. Now I'm gonna look bald. I can't see. Okay. I look like a damn Minecraft character. Okay, let's start. Chapter 1. Claire. The starter gun shatters the silence, releasing the runners from their blocks. Track season starts in a couple weeks. But no one has told Coach Lind about winter. He's convinced that the only way to get us into shape is to practice. Even when my breath freezes right in front of me. This is Opportunity, Alabama. Sane people don't leave their homes when it's white and frosty outside. We stock up on canned food, hot drinks, drink hot chocolate until we succumb to sugar comas and pray to be saved from the cold. Still, Coach Lind's start of the season training beats Principal Trenton's long and atrocious. God damn. I swear I'm not illiterate. Start of semester speech. Virtue, hard work, and the proper behavior of young ladies and gentlemen. After a suck in a breath before I answer him. Oh, shut up. My best friend only laughs louder. The even rhythm of his footsteps and his breathing challenge me to find my pace. His presence steadies me like it always does. At 6'5" and with sun-touched hair and blue eyes, Chris is not just our best runner, but also Opportunity's poster boy athlete. On uniform days, the freshman girls fawn over him. With Chris by my side, my stride shortens. The other two runners on our varsity team are far behind us, on the other side of the field. Chris and I move in perfect synchrony, and the very air parts before us. Nothing can touch us, not the snow, not even time. Thomas. Time's up. The small clock on the bookshelf strikes 10 with an annoying little tune, and I thumb through the tabs in front of me at supersonic speed. Come on, come on, come on. It only took super glue strategically squirted on the desk drawers of my favorite Spanish teacher, Mr. Look at me strutting my stuff like a walking midlife crisis. For far, it me to find our way to the administrative office. But it took both of our student IDs before we managed to jiggle the lock on Principal Trenton's door. And it'll all be for nothing if I can't find the file I'm looking for. I scan the folders in the filing cabinet when an elbow pokes my side. I startled. Damn it, Var, what the hell? Farid rolls his eyes and gestures for me to keep quiet. Someone's in the hallway, he mouths. He tiptoes back to the door. Crap. How do I explain this? No, ma'am, I'm not doing anything, just breaking into the school records. Whatever, I'm sure I have legal right to see my own permanent record, so I can always use that as my excuse. Oh my god, I cannot breathe, I'm about to die. The fact those folders just happen to be last names A through C instead of last names M through N is nothing more than a coincidence. No one knows whose file I'm looking for except Var, and even he doesn't know the whole reason. If anything, I can always find Al-Shar Farid as a cover. The school administration can't even file his name right. Still, a door opens and closes, a lock clicks, footsteps squeak on the floor outside the administrative office. Footsteps that pause before the principal's door, our door. I quietly push the file drawer shut. Better not stir up trouble, more trouble, if I get caught red-handed. Var and I both hold our breaths. After what feels like forever, the footsteps move on. Who first minutes since Mom's accident, dance took everything from her. No daughter of mine is going into that business, not if I can stop it. So he tries to stop me every day, and with Mom gone, there's no one to stop him. Not from drinking, not from hitting me. There's no one to keep our family from falling apart. I grip my crumpled coffee cup, grab the threadbare denim messenger bag from under my seat, and block out Ty's voice in the back of my mind. My brother would tell me that Principal Trenton's words are truer than I think. That the world is at my fingertips, and it's up to me to make my future the best it can be. I tried that and I lost. Now I'd rather escape. Sylvie. I sink deep into my seat and glance at the empty place next to Autumn. He's not coming after all. He'd have been here by now. He won't come. I'm safe here. He won't come. The knot in my stomach unfurls and recoils with every twist and turn of my mind. I could ask Autumn about Tyler, but she's lost in memories. Today is 2 years since the accident. She refuses to share her grief with me or anyone. Even when she smiles, she isn't the girl she used to be, and I miss her. Some days when she thinks no one is watching, she still moves across the floor as if she's flying. Mama used... That's some fucking Spanish, and I cannot read that. La Golodrina. Mama used to call her the swallow, all grace and beauty. When Autumn dances, all her worries fall away and she shines. I wish she could dance forever. Madre de Dios. How I wish I could watch her dance forever. Instead, it's another Monday. Life goes on. The assembly is over, and Autumn holds herself ramrod straight, and I'm the only one who knows she'll fly out of this cage and leave us all behind as soon as she can. Meanwhile, next period is the last review for my AP US History midterm, and I haven't even touched my books. Mama had another one of her bad spells over break. We were supposed to go into town together last Saturday, but when Abuelito brought the car around, she barely recognized him. She didn't want to leave the house. She didn't understand where we were going. Oh, sorry. I sat with her for hours, talked to her, listened, Mama, told her stories that wove our family around. She was disoriented for days after, and I can't shake the feeling that with every day that passes, she slips away like starlight at dawn. At least history suits me. You already know if those stories will end happily. Chapter 2. Thomas. I reach for the bowl on top of the desk and pop a few mints into my mouth. Far peeks around the principal's door when he gives the all clear. I open the filing cabinet again. I haven't lost much work, just time. Principal Trenton may still live in the pre-digital era, but she's like a cyborg. She always speaks until 10 sharp, leaving 5 minutes for announcements before the bell. By the end of the assembly, everyone has to run to make it to class on time for third period. Well, in theory, the teachers and the other personnel are in the auditorium too, and they don't run, so everyone pushes to leave, then strolls, dawdles, sneaks out for a smoke and some air. The two aren't mutually exclusive, thank you very much. After all, even nicotine and tar smells better than what my sis once described as our oditarium, a unique blend of testosterone, sweat, and burnt coffee. skim his file and I pull out the drawer. Do you want to see the letter of recommendation Mr. O'Brien wrote for your college applications? He holds out his hands, and I toss him the file. A few sheets flutter from the folder before Var catches it. Barbarian. I snort. Sorry, not sorry. I look so young and innocent in this picture. Farid muses, staring at his cover sheet. For most of our class, the pictures used by administration is 3 years old, taken when we enrolled as freshmen. In his case, however, oh my god, my eye. Anyways, in his case, however, that was taken last year. How you've corrupted me without your brilliant ideas. I'd have been a straight A student, never in trouble with the law. Girls following me everywhere. Sure, I pull another folder out. The filing cabinet. Keep telling yourself that. Farid makes another comment, but I'm not paying attention. A familiar picture stares at me from the cover sheet. Bingo. Brown Tyler. Killed blonde hair, pale eyes, and an oh so familiar blank look. This one time his eyes weren't. Glossed over with contempt. Was when I slammed his head into a locker. My fingers itched to do it again. Does the administration know criminal charges and student records? Probably not when the files are this easy to access. Definitely not when said student dropped out at the end of last year. Besides, I don't even know if he has a criminal record according to his grades. He was just a perfectly respectable C student, 3 years at Opportunity, and Tyler coasted through all his classes. He only spectacularly failed Humanities 101. The latest note in his file is unmistakable, though re-enrolling effective immediately. Sylvia mentioned it this weekend. It was the first time she confided in me in months. She looked ready to puke her guts out. She was so scared, but she refused to tell me why. So here I am, breaking into the school records to make sure she's safe. Twin brother privileges. Not that I'll ever admit to that or even hint that I care. Twin brother reputation. I lean against the principal's desk and read date of birth, address, boring, emergency contact information for father, mother deceased, last school date of administration, nothing I don't already know, present class, not acceptable, not yet, SAT score, 2,140, that's a closet genius. Maybe that explains why, despite his bravado, Tyler never made good on any of his threats. He may be a maggot, but he's also the smartest kind, a harmless one. Autumn. My back aches. I roll my shoulders to loosen the knotted muscles. Sylvie lingers instead of rejoining the rest of her class. She cracks her knuckles with sharp snaps. Are you okay? I hesitate. I woke up drenched in sweat last night, expecting a knock on the door like 2 years ago, but this morning was breakfast as usual. Ty was nowhere to be found, and after this weekend, I didn't mind. Figures. Dad didn't bother to get up. He started or never stopped drinking last night. These days, he doesn't even try to hide it. When Mom was still alive, he only drank when she was away and only during the darkest times. He still knew how to smile then, and he could make both Ty and me laugh. Now he's angry at the entire world, at anything that reminds him of Mom, at me. I don't know how to pull that into words. I'm not okay. I haven't been okay in a long time. It isn't just Mom's death. Dad, sometimes I'm afraid. like a stage. She looks at me expectantly. It's understandable, you know. Anniversaries can be difficult. You can be sad. No one will judge you, least of all me. I nod, but the words won't form. The voices ebb and flow around us, and flow around us as students climb the raked aisles between the 4 blocks of seating. Sophie's eyes flick to the other side of the auditorium, where some of the football players are getting loud. I shrug. It's fine. I'm fine. She'd never understand. No one does. I'm counting down the minutes to 7th period, when the music room behind the stage is dark and deserted. In shadows. I'll be alone. I'll be safe. Sophie opens her mouth, but before she can say anything, a girl from her class appears at her elbow. Aisha, I think. She used to get in arguments with my brother before he dropped out. I can't. I don't want to keep up with all of them. They will only bind me to this place, and it hurts so much to care. Aisha clings to her AP US history textbook under strands of rainbow-colored hair. Her mouth corks up. In a half-smile, she whispers something. Sophie tenses before she laughs, her voice rising above the crowd. Contrary to popular opinion, I'm not looking forward to midterms. Aisha rolls her eyes. You have nothing to worry about. Sophie blushes. But Aisha's right. Sophie's a straight-A student. The teachers adore her. She couldn't flunk an exam if she tried. Aisha turned to me, and that's my cue. I plaster on a fake smile. Midterms aren't until next week, and I had better things to do than study over break. How do I put up with you? Because I'm yours. The button on Aisha's back clinks against each other. She flicks a purple lock of hair out of her face. No stress, lucky you. Lucky me. Before I can say anything, Sophie beats me to it. So what did you do? Nothing. Around us, the drum of voices become louder, more agitated. The first few moments after Trenton's speeches are always a mess, with everyone tumbling over each other, trying to get out. But this is far more chaotic than usual. A teacher pushes through, probably to see what the holdup is. Aisha grins. I'm dying. Okay. Oh my god. Sorry. Aisha grins. All of break, absolutely nothing. Come on, spill. Sylvie's eyes are soft and questioning, and I nibble on my lips. I don't want to let her down. I found an old video recording of my mother's first Swan Lake in the attic this weekend. It was her audition for the Royal Ballet. She wasn't much older than me. Was it good? This surprises a smile out of me. Opportunity High is a country high school with students from all the small surrounding towns. Aisha isn't one of us. She isn't Opportunity, where everyone knows everything about Mom and me. She isn't part of our home turf of familiar street names, churches, and shared secrets. In Opportunity, everyone knows Mom danced around the world at every great company: London, Moscow, New York. She saw more countries than all of us combined. She told me about her travels and made me restless. For how much that memory of her hurts, watching her dance never does. She was amazing. Sophie's shoulder touches mine. Her warm smile angers me. It is as if all opportunity falls away. We're lost between making a home and escaping one. It won't be long before our secret chokes us, before she deserve, even me. And I would, if only I could be like Tracy, who is everything I want to be. Everything I should be, brave, resilient, certain of herself, everything I'm not. At least Matt hasn't had any fevers. I say after half a lap, it was the highlight of our winter break ever since Matt started at Opportunity. He's been doing better. The lupus still affects his joints, and most days he needs his crutches. But he's disguised them as lightsabers and claims that they're for dueling. Jedi against JROTC. He loves having his friends here. It made the start of the new year less daunting for all of us. I add silent. It's good to know Matt's not alone. Will you talk to him about joining our cadets next year? Chris asked, to keep up tradition. Of course, this conversation is another familiar rhythm, and I settle into it. Good. He still has 3 years. Opportunity wouldn't be the same without one of you in JROTC. I muster a smile, though it probably resembled a grimace. Next year, when I'm gone, when Chris is far away, when everything will be different regardless of whether there's a Morgan and Opportunities JROTC. Are you looking forward to visiting West Point? I ask after we turn to the long side of the track. Chris shrugs. He was always a no-brainer. For any military academy, we celebrated when we got his letter of assurance and his congressional nomination. It's everything he's ever dreamed about, but today he seemed preoccupied too. On this first day of our last semester, the entire senior class is counting down to graduation. One school break left, one more summer before adulthood, before we broke up. Tyler told me the best part of high school was getting out ASAP. Still, I wish it didn't have to end yet. It'll be hard to say goodbye to our team, to our cadets, to each other. Life will be grayer without seeing Chris all day, every day. So we run, not just in circles around the track, we run toward all that is waiting for us. We run together while we still can. My back is giving out. Autumn lingers. Her gray and blue eyes are conflicted, but those rare moments when she talks about her mother are like the dawn. And when she opens up, she is the sun. I don't want to see her hurt, but it's still better than watching her erect walls around herself. My hand twitches by my side, itching to hold Autumn's, but I remain motionless, so I won't spook her. She performed The Dying Swan, which seems ironic now. She was young and careless and so fragile. I don't remember her like that. She always seemed so strong to me. Only a few years after that audition, Joni Brown became principal dancer at the Royal Ballet. She was unconquerable, like Autumn was when she and her mother were together. Around us, people grumble and wonder why we're not outside yet. But I want to hold on to this moment between classes a little longer. Do you know what you'll dance yet? I prompt. Aisha perks up. Oh, you're a dancer too. Are you auditioning already? Autumn glances at me sharply. She rarely talks about dancing anymore. Don't worry, I'm out. Aisha'll understand. She's good people. Autumn's been training in the music room for months, and I've been sending out her applications. Her father may hate her for it, but I'd be a lousy girlfriend Aisha shares. She told me she wants to travel the world before she majors in music. She and Autumn could be friends if they only knew each other a little bit better. If only Autumn knew a lot of people a little better, maybe she wouldn't always be alone. He says music should have heartbreak and happiness, storm clouds and stars, as long as there is emotion. I think that's true for dance as well. Autumn lowers her guard and smiles in slow motion. I've been thinking about dancing an original composition instead of something that's been choreographed for others before. When I still had lessons, Mom and I talked about it. She never told me that. It's like the two of them are in their own universe when everything around them glistens with the possibility of creation, and I'm left with bleak opportunity and nothing more. I inch towards the aisles. There you go. You show them who you are. And they can't say no. Autumn half turns, a grin sending butterflies through my chest. Tease, she sobers. Have you heard from Brown yet? A freshman bumps into my elbow and I let go of the letter. No, not yet. Because what can I tell her? That I have a ticket out of town she's been longing for, that I don't even know what to do with it. Before Mama fell ill, I would have bleeped at this chance, but how can I leave now? Autumn would never understand. She winces in sympathy. Aisha grimaces. In the row below ours, a flock of freshman girls giggle. Beside them, a boy frantically flips through a textbook while one of his friends rolls his eyes. All around us, people chatter about their breaks, classes, midterms.